Hello, what's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing a game called Sifu. We play as a young kung fu student on a quest to avenge your father's murder, hunting down the assassins who betrayed my family. Along the way we'll face brutal enemies, master powerful techniques, and age with every defeat. It's a journey of growth, both physically and mentally. But don't worry, I played Sifu so you don't have to. We start off the game as a villain, who is basically breaking everyone's bones just so we can kill some old guy.
Stop. Yang, of course.
You've gotten slow, Sifu. You know why I'm here, don't you? Just step aside.
You were a mistake. I should never have taught you. Now you know too much. By returning here tonight, you've given me a second chance. This time, I will do what I must.
Now the boss battle has two phases, but after the first one, the grandpa threw us onto the rain and we fought in the garden. That grandpa has some moves, I'm not gonna lie. But since I saved my focus, I just spammed it and finished him with a killing blow. Now there was also a kid and I chose to be a boy, obviously. Now the villain in this game has his own gang, or at least trying to be one. And one of the members tried to kill us, but we had some rope and some coins connected to each other and somehow managed to revive us or whatever. And then we were introduced with the bosses and some basic movements, as well as start our journey as the guy who wants to avenge our father, I guess. The first mission was pretty much easy, since you just have to dodge, spam heavy attacks and finishes, going through apartments and knocking people out. After that we were introduced with some fat guys type of enemies, and if they hit you, they're gonna do a lot of damage. But they're somewhat easy to take down. Now we managed to get into a weeb lab and had to fight some blokes as well as some Muay Thai guys just to get a key to open a gate. For some reason, I don't know. So we can fight even more guys and more enemies to get into a boss battle. Now Botanic boss is a pretty easy one. I somehow did it deathless while fighting him, but like I said before, every boss has two phases. While fighting him I noticed you just have to keep close range and dodge his kicks and be as close as possible since he travels like a rocket when he jumps on you. But after defeating him we executed him with his machete.
I have spent 8 long years preparing for this.
After defeating a botanist boss because he was a part of the gang but as well as using the weed to get high, which is highly illegal in this game, we made our way onto the dance floor. Or at least tried to, since we had daddy issues and we just punched everyone on our way onto it. On the dance floor there was a lady with a main character syndrome, but we dropped her on the floor in less than 10 seconds, as well as kicked some few enemies and 2 big bodyguards. Now on this map, more and more enemies, or I would say females, started to spawn. And honestly, they were annoying, since I don't know how to dodge their kicks. God damn it, females. You swept me off my feet. But anyhow, we also went into this circle like it was survival of the fittest, so we had to knock some people out just to get into another area where we had a bigger space but also survive the waves of enemies and defeat some buff gal. Nevertheless, this level was long and finally made it to a boss fight. The first phase was relatively easy, but the second one, a bloke decided to burn his dojo down and put everything on fire with a cigarette. As a smoker myself, this was a pretty impressive, as well as I was craving one after because I lost my patience with this guy. But we managed to die 2 times, I think, or at least 1, I lost the count, during this fight and defeated him. 2 out of 5 bosses are killed, and we are getting closer to a final boss. This level is set in museum, and let me tell you, I lost my patience, my cool, my hair on this level. The reason is very simple. We fight in millions of rooms, travel around, defeating more and more enemies, and of course they're being tougher as we proceed. But the reason why I lost my patience, cool and hair was because getting to boss is quite simple and relatively easy. The hardest part is when you drop down to some crazy kind of illusion and there was a big circle where you fought off multiple enemies at once. However, the other part part where there were 2 ladies before fighting the main boss got me so mad that I had to lock in. After defeating them, my anger and blood pressure was so high that I just wanted to kill this depressed bitch. But she was cutting me more than I was cutting her. I lost account of how many times I died on phase 1, and on phase 2 she turned into evolution of being depressed bitch and suddenly turned emo for a second. Like her husband filed a divorce and lost her children. Who knows, maybe he did, but if I was him I would do the same, because this bitch was annoying, throwing 1 million kunais at you and using some super fast charge attacks to kill you instantly. After dying like 10 times he finally managed to kill her, and I would do that again without hesitation or regret. Man, fuck emo bitches, I'm not built for that shit. After killing her we stopped by to drink some tea so we can at least calm down a bit after that bitch with 100 kunais and kill another female that's owning a tower of some kind. I don't know, looks like a bank to me or a financial resort, who knows, but nonetheless we just went through a tower, went underground and punched some folks. As well as 2 main character syndrome gals. One was fighting with her fists, the other one had a stick, but that backfired on her. We made a superhero landing to fight this old lady that had some kind of swings. Basically she can throw shit at us and move in a circle like a ringerspiel. But I was clueless, so all I did was approach her close and then punch her until she drops me down. Basically the things that I do in real life. The second phase wasn't any different, since you just play aggressive and close and hope for the best. Use focus while you're at it as well, and then we killed her by choking her out. Hopefully that was her fetish, because if it wasn't, too bad, lady. Since the granny passed away, or should I say choked out, we were heading on to our final boss. And let me tell you, this map looks amazing. It has a spa, a station for meditation, and so on. This leader of the clan either stole money or got it from his dad. Either way, we need to knock some people out before we approach him. Oh my god.
Time has passed since the days I trained you. We were family. At least, that's what I believed. But then, during my darkest days, your father revealed his true self. He never cared about us. He cast me out. He abandoned us. Tell me, what would you do to save the people you love from the inevitable? Wouldn't you cross every line? Break every rule? Wouldn't you challenge death itself? You want revenge, little brother? Show me.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this boss made me rage quit this game at least 50 times. I died so many times to the point before I got a key and I used it for a shortcut to fight him just so I can die 50 more times. God fucking damn it, man. I was so angry and furious and mad that I just lowered the difficulty just so I can kick his ass. Call me a bitch, call me a pussy, I don't give a shit, I've beaten the game.
Supposed to guard the talisman, not steal it!
It's the only way to save them, Sifu!
You failed to honor your oath. You are unworthy. Now leave. He who has Gong Fu and Wu De makes the other know he can break him. His hands go out like lightning, and the other doesn't want to fight anymore.